Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. We can target victory. We're amongst the favorites. We've got to do what's expected of us. Have a good day, guys. Come on, we're aiming for victory.
Okay, listen up. This is one of the states I think that can be decisive for this Tour de France. Even it's late and even it's going with a downhill section. It's because it's so long actually of mountain stage, and because of the terrain. I think the stage for Tourmalet can be rough, but it should not be decisive. The thing that's gonna make this decisive is actually the kilometers. It's not often we see a mountain stage like this have so many kilometers on it. So the thing I'm gonna do is actually play the parts I think that could be important for the race, and it's just before the feeding zone. We probably see breakaways from the start. Maybe a group on 20, 15 riders, maybe 13 riders even from the first point, because everyone wants to be inside the time gap, because I think there's a lot of riders who actually been dropped out of this race if this, like, the leaders are close to each other. They have to go fast. They have to minimize the loss eventually if there's a bad day. So now we have to see. And my favorite for this stage could be Landa, it could be Bernal, Quintana, even Fuglsang, because Fuglsang has become very good at downhill sections, and also Nibali can also be a threat for this. The whole idea with this is, if you take a team with not much team around the captain, like Kruijswijk for Jumbo, he will probably have to put some guys out so they don't lose time. I don't think Kruijswijk actually gonna win, but he'd probably have us. He's like one of the outsiders for that stage. So let's see how it's gonna be.
To move up.
The whole idea with this is just to make a pinpoint for people to understand how, even there's a lot of mountains, there's actually not so many mountains that actually can really do some difference, and still there's but there's not many uphill finish, and especially downhill finish is a lack of this time, but the route is quite demanding anyway, especially because the first 5-6 stages, that's completely weird terrain. So there's cobblestones, there's hillies, there's flat, and also that team time trial, and that can actually make a huge difference. But look out, the first part of this stage is actually gonna be this first category climb.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary.
And you see here also the game has put guys in front who actually can be helpers, and maybe are guys who actually been
The lead group is too large to work well together. It may
in here.
explode into several pieces.
The serious
only for
business starts now. The Col de
some
Var, its
periods.
10-kilometer climb, will allow
That's
first whittling
shut up.
down. But it's a safe bet that the favourites will save themselves for the Col d'Izoire.
Yeah, sorry about that. Guys like this, you can see Sagan is in breakaway, and it's because it's green jersey, of course. We know Sagan. He doesn't matter. He don't care if it's a mountain stage or what it is. He just do it. And the whole group is like Sagan, September. I don't think he's gonna be in this in a way. But Felix Gilbert could probably go on a breakaway like this just to help Philippe in the long run. And you see, this is downhill section. It's a long downhill section. It's like 10 kilometers, but it's steep. And riders can actually, even they use a lot of energy to get up, they can, if they don't have lost like 2 or 3 minutes, get back up to the peloton and just hit the bottom before it's going up again. And that's the part of this stage that's gonna be so hard to manage. Normally in states like this, you'll probably see 50 kilometers left now. At this point, like an uphill finish, you can see the
I feel pretty good. I don't have sore legs in the car.
you can see the uphill finish in the 8C climb. That could probably be a goal sometimes, because that almost 130 or 50 kilometers, but it's not. And that's why this stage, even people say, well, it's a downhill section, there's nothing you can do, and blah blah blah, and to Malay should be harder, and yeah, it should be harder. Also, the 8th states as Place de Belleville can be tough states to do also, for one reason only. Because that's the state actually Nibali was starting his Tour de France campaign in 2014 or 15. Where Froome and Contendor crash out. Froome because to crash just before the cobblestones also, and Contendor because the crash he had on the downhill section. They actually rip up his leg completely. So here we go. We just reached that feeding zone, and we have one rider in the breakaway. It's Schalberg, and even you can probably say a team like this. You haven't seen a team like this since Armstrong days. But you see here already, even the time limit is very big at this point. No one is even close to that. But watch this, when we reach the top of this,
Stay well placed.
reach the top of this 80 climb, we'll probably see a lot of guys who actually go into the red zone. And I don't talk about a blow up. See, there's Froome and Quintana. Froome would probably be a favorite for the stage now, but I don't think Jared Thomas is. I actually don't know how much Thomas can do it this year, because his whole program has been decided on to help Froome, at least what they say, but I think he has his own agenda also.
So here we are at the foot of the Col de l'Izoire, a 15.8 kilometer climb at an average of 7.3%.
At this point, the favorite teams would probably put the guys in front here.
Okay, we'll gently relay.
So just to tell what about this date, I don't know how much it has recorded before this happened. But this stage is going to be important, especially because it's so long, 203 kilometers. And usually at stages like this would probably stop at the end of this uphill section, but it doesn't. It just requires a more 80 kilometers left after this. And there's a lot of states that's gonna be harder than this, but not in the same way because they are smaller and they cannot decide completely. But this stage is good because of this. We actually talk about almost 1.5 mountain states at this point. Usually only see flat stages on this kind of kilometers, and usually see it's gonna take long. And if you think about it, 6 hours. They usually take like 4 or 5 hours on a 120 kilometers stage, but this is 203 kilometer stage. I would say that day is gonna be so crazy. I think it's like 10 hours of cycling just on one bike, going up, going down. Of course, you never know. Sometimes you actually get disappointed and then you think, why don't they attack? Why don't they attack? And no one at this point could maybe be wrong and don't have any energy left at all. But teams like Sky will probably take advantage of this this kind of terrain. Team Indians, of course. A team like Sunweb. And then Little Scott. He should probably also have a chance to do some damage on this. And also Christopher Yule, driving for that team. He's good. And for the Astana team, we have Luis Leon Sanchez, we have Bilbao, Manush Court. He's actually lost like 10 kilograms just because he had to be fit for this kind of terrain. And that's why he's been taken up for the team this year. Because there's actually not many sprint stages, but I have a good idea for him. Saw him in the Criterium Dauphiné. He works so hard. Nibali, he would probably also have a good chance to win this, especially if he, after that Pleasant de Ville stage, is gonna decide what he's going for. If he's gonna go for the polka dot jersey, let's talk about that. He would probably attack on this stage, because then he would definitely just let him relax maybe the day before this date and 2 days before, so he could be fit for this stage and take a victory. Because you don't see at least one stage where Nibali try to attack, especially if he can see there's a chance to win a stage. If you watch this terrain, it's like completely 7.2 percentage completely. And I bet you see now there's a red group, even it's only 4 minutes. It was like 10 minutes before you reached this climb. Now it's only 4 minutes, and that means this acceleration I'm gonna do.
Acceleration.
I've done already. Actually, damage this. We put Pantani on.
Okay, I'll follow any attacks.
Spartacus. Should definitely. I should take Contending, of course. Take that. Sagan. I still bet Sagan is gonna go brave in this. If he can see he could get like 20 points for the mountain sprint, for the sprinting jersey, he's gonna do it. No doubt about it. But this is the first obstacle. See? The AC climb, that's like 25 points to get up here. See, people are gonna get dropped off. And if someone has a team I can control this either to protect the yellow jersey or attack the yellow jersey. He would do it if he can like make sure. Maybe if you say Fulfang has the yellow jersey here, he would try to make him go alone so he doesn't have anyone, because he doesn't really have any helpers at this kind of terrain, except Bilbao, and Lopez is not gonna go for. That's sad. See, at this point, there's not much movement at this point, so we're gonna set some acceleration on.
I'm coming to protect you.
We should minimize this the best way we can. You see, even the red bar is just showing low, but time gap is more than this, and that's why it's showing on the red. It's gonna be a long way down. There's a lot of favorites in this. I bet some. My bid is 13, maybe 20, 30 riders could actually lose this and drop out of the race because of this kind of climb. Except if there's not gonna go in breakaways. But if it's going crazy from the first beginning, even the category 3 climb can make so much damage, because you don't have any chances. There's no flat after that. So there's probably a lot of sprinters that's going to fall out of the race at this point. And that's why Sagan is show the difference of a sprinter or Superman. See, I would bet at this top point there's maybe only 30 riders left when you reach the climb in real life.
The Izoard climb is demanding, but
and because I have not drove this completely from the start, I have not any idea how to start, how it's worked out, because I would probably have done it differently if I have played my own team. But at this point, it's not that. See, the guy like Sauber, if he can be up here, then it's not going fast. Even he was good at the climbs. He was better at climbs in the older days. The Panzerwagen has been dropped. People are falling like flies. So if someone is going for the polka dot jersey and they don't have much point, you should probably try to go on this. Even the like rank 25 or 200, even there's not so many riders. But I think that is positive, because that would just say the polka dot jersey is not won before you actually reach the last week. There's too many points to get here. Bernal, Kwiatkowski, Nibali, Froome, Albertini is doing an excellent job.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
pulls. And Alberto. Snake punch. He's gonna take the popular jersey at least for now. And he's going downhill.
You were first over the top of the climb. That's good.
Now it's everyone alone against the road.
Watch out. He's organizing the chase behind you because you're dangerous. But nothing ventured, nothing gained.
At this point we should just make sure they don't.
I'll relay.
See, the faster you're going down this, the better chance there is actually you can take a breather when you get down. If you are in that situation, that means you should better attack, take a breather on the flat so you're ready for the top. But there's no one like the Contenders who was actually even Slick was angry of the way Contador drove downhill just to gain time, and the same was Froome. Actually 1 year, I remember on the Tourmalet States or something, Alpe States, I think it was raining and it was a downhill finish and Froome was about to crash because Contador was attacking.
Get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try.
See, this is downhill that actually can. It had not good roads, so that means people could crash if they go too fast. But stays 18. See, at this point it should probably be finished normally, because then we drive like 130 kilometers, 50 kilometers, and that is usually the max mountain stage is maybe 170 kilometers, but it's only if it's going flat on the last part.
You're ahead of the group with the favorites by 30 seconds.
Yeah, see, and that's why you have to take advantage of that. And the riders in real life also should take advantage of this, because the first downhill, people who don't like to drive fast downhill, they can actually lose a lot of time because they are braking, and if it's a rainy day, it's gonna be
They're
brutal.
riding hard behind. This isn't... Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
We're getting two guys out here. Let's see what say about 50 riders left, and then they can come together on the downhill, or they can actually lose time on the downhill. Solar, Jaron Thomas, and Nibali, all the favorites up here. Quintana. This is the stage Quintana should, if he should have a chance and he's behind, he should probably have taken this. Landa, maybe also. But Valverde would love this, even he's not gonna go for classification at this point, but we never know what's gonna happen. Usually say when you don't go for the classification, it's too late. And he's actually the best rider on the team.
My teammate is down, but it's too close to the finish for help.
Too close to the finish for help? Okay, and where's that finish? See, even this just before sprint, it can still do a lot of damage. 11%. See, and this should be a sprint. You just think about who has put a sprint on here. It's like, okay, this should be the finish. This should be the finish. Oh no, just put a sprint in here.
Has reached the intermediate sprint.
Who wants this? Who wants this sprint? Shelby should take it.
Okay, I'll put in a big
He's an old sprinter. And before he was sprinter, he was actually, after he was sprinter, he was going for statistically, and then he drove his incredible mountain rides and get the polka dot jerseys, like I think that's 2 years in a row for statistically. He was the only guy. He was like the top name on that team at the time. Even Rolf Sørensen was driving at the team also. There's a lot of riders in hunting. This was Skibby. Hamburger. I cannot remember his Hamburger. I actually drove there.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
And there was also the Danish rider called Klaus Müller. He was winning Portugal tour at a point. Later found out he was doped also, but he was also one of the big guys for the mountain. And also, I think who was the with the Spaniard he should have drove, but I think it was actually there to take him out because of that doping. And do you remember the guys when Contenders signed contract for Bjarne Riis on the press conference about the dope and the meat? 0.0000000 Katanga milligram meat, he said. That was the only thing that was in, but he his dope sentence anyway. Enough of that. And Pantania really wanna take.
Okay, we'll relay.
The legend. "56 riders left. Last 25 kilometers to the top, and then it's going downhill. So we have to stay awake. Manches. Chavez. It's gonna be strong Tour de France team this year. It's also right. People say he could win, but I don't think Chavez is gonna win anytime soon. He's not steady enough. So we are reaching that important point of the stage. And we are about to come into the most important part of the stage. Well, at this point, many riders are being, I say, drop out. Even the time gap is big. I would still say 20 minutes in real life. Nope, not gonna happen. It should be more. You're probably more than an hour behind, or 2 hours behind. Some riders. Actually, in the history of the Tour de France, this it was like normal in the young years of the Tour de France. Some riders was winning like 2 hours, and the highest gap was actually like 17 hours. At the time, they drove 6 stages and 500 kilometers each. Started in the late night, drove the whole night until the next day. And sometimes there was actually some riders actually come home after they actually put the whole podium down and stuff like that, and the rest of the riders was go home and sleep. Some riders was actually finished. That must be hard.
Col de Galibier, a 23-kilometer climb at an average of 5%. Today's final arbiter.
The States is probably the hardest states in many years. Even the States, the 100 years edition was 2 times Alpe d'Huez.
It's a long climb, but
it was not the same as this.
The first 14 kilometers up to the Col de Lautaret are not very steep, with little going above 5%. The rest is more demanding, with percentages often over 9%, especially in the last 4 kilometers.
And see here, this is the part where you have to make a difference. If people get food and stuff like that before they reach this point, they are not gonna finish it. They should be thankful if they survive the first 10 kilometers where it's not rising that much.
Okay, we'll relay hard.
See, at this point you cannot do actually so much damage on these riders. At least not those, the best riders. And you see, one of those riders actually just have bad legs, but still are good in stages like this. You can recover, but when it reaches that last 10 kilometers, it's not gonna happen. My bits still depends on how fast they go and how much they attack and how the whole classification is, and the weather, of course. This group should be minimized to 20 riders at least.
A teammate has just been dropped.
But also, you could probably
Understood. I'll take it easy, whatever happens.
you could probably save myself. See, this is not the thing you have to do. The save energy. Shall I bare så lige putte shit, but they do it in yeah, let's say machine way. So people falling off suddenly. you see, it's only for 50%.
Okay,
It's
I'll
still
consume
healer
the
riders.
feed.
If anyone left at this point, you can follow, but they also have to cap themselves. You can only make sure, like, either for moral support for the captain, and maybe help them with, yeah, a bike if something happen, or give them some food if you don't have anything left. What else? It's gonna be hard.
I'll
See,
relay.
20 riders has been minimized to 20 riders. My bid is 15 riders at this point in real life. At this point, we should still just recover. And that means for everyone also, they have to save the energy. So at this point, there will probably just be a lot of looking and lurking on each other and watch who is in form, who is not in form,
The race is at the
and
top of the Col de Lotaret.
make some
The slope
small
will soon get
stacking. And here we go. This is the part where no one can feel them safe.
I'll try and hinder relays.
The Galibier, as usual, is classified all category. The first 10 at the top will score points towards the polka dot jersey.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
See, there's a small percentage up here, and here, if someone haven't lost, they're probably gonna do it. Try to accelerate.
Two kilometres from the summit and the start of the descent towards the finishing line.
You're ahead of the group with the favourites by 30 seconds. The group with the favourites is 1 minute away. He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings. You've got 1 minute 30 lead on the group with the favourites. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. He's got his teammates riding because a rider who's dangerous for the stage victory has broken away.
It's like throwing his bike down the hill. As I say, he's just threw the bike.
There's only 10 kilometres left for the man at the front. Another short effort and he'll have it won.
Fall. It may create gaps. Come on, 5 kilometers. You can do it.
Oh, nice. See, that's why I think this stage is gonna be so brutal. It's gonna be so crazy. So, hope you enjoy this small tutorial or what you should expect when we reach this stage in real life. Because exciting it's gonna be. Endorse it. Okay. Oh damn. Legally through. And there we go. See this sign up there? In Yale. It's the same thing all over again. No matter what stage you are.
A few minutes ago, he was the first across the finishing line. Here is the winner of the Ombre Valois stage, Alberto Contador.
Alberto Contador.
Rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. Congratulations to him for this high-flying performance.
And that's it. We won it. And we exited on legend mode with the legends, of course. So, no big deal.